Let us bow down in devotion to the Pancha Parmeshti. Om Namo Arihantanam. Om Namo Siddhanam. Om Namo Ayariyanam. Om Namo Vajayanam. Namo Loe Savasahunam. Eso Pancha Namokaro. Eso Pancha Namokaro. Sauva Pavapanasano. Mangalanancha Sauvesim Padamam Havai Mangalam. Mangalanancha Sauvesim Padamam Havai Mangalam. I bow down in devotion at the feet of Tirthankar Paramatma Prabhu Mahaveer. I bow down in devotion at the feet of most revered Pujya Gurudev Anand Rishi Ji Maharaj Sahab and of infinitely benevolent Upadhyay Bhagwan Pujya Praveen Rishi Ji Maharaj Sahab. Ichha karenam sandhisah bhagvam. Ichha karenam sandhisah bhagvam. My immense gratitude to the holy feet of Paramatma and Gurudev for showering His grace upon me to be an instrument in delivering the Uttaradhyayana Sutra in English. A Ram afternoon, everyone. I, Sadhvi Arohi, welcome the devotees gathered here to listen to the sacred techniques of the 24th Tirthankar Paramatma Mahaveer and to participate in worshipping the Srimad Uttaradhyayana Sutra. This sutra holds great significance as it contains the last words of Paramatma Mahaveer before his salvation. I would be presenting the English version of Gurudev Rishi Praveen's discourse on the Srimad Uttaradhyayana Sutra. Today is the 17th day of our humble effort. We will try to understand and absorb the secrets of chapters 30 and 31 as decoded by Gurudev Pujya Praveen Rishi Ji Maharaj Sahab. Get ready for some Sharan meditation. Sit straight. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply. Exhale deep slowly. Feel your breath. Feel yourself. Let us bow down at the feet of Tirthankar Paramatma Mahaveer in complete devotion. Seek permission from Paramatma to experience the divine Samosharan, to place Paramatma at the highest place in our life, to sing in devotion and to listen to his auspicious words. Vardhamanam sharanam pavajami. Vardhamanam sharanam pavajami. Vardhamanam sharanam pavajami. Shraddhamayo aham. Shraddhamayo aham. Bodhimayo aham. Bodhimayo aham. feeling the faith within you in your world of faith and emotions. To experience Paramatma, prepare yourself wholeheartedly. The first silver enclosure of the divine Samosharan has golden archways, all four directions, and crystal steps. Jai and Vijay Dev stand at the entrance, welcoming everyone with a sense of reverence. Bowing down to Paramatma, place your foot on the crystal steps. The divine musical notes of celestial bodies is being heard. Flowers are being showered around, the fragrance of which brings happiness. The second enclosure of gold with gemstone archways, awakening the dharma in entire universe, is the huge dharma chakra of Paramatma. Sensing the musical notes and the fragrance, you enter the third enclosure of gemstones with Vaidurya gemstone archways. As you enter the third layer, you see Tirthankar Paramatma Prabhu Mahaveer, his divine aura enhancing the crystal throne, his compassionate eyes and golden hued body, eliminating the darkness within is the aura of Paramatma. Freeing oneself from ignorance are the three divine umbrellas of knowledge, faith, and conduct. Fading the sadness from everyone's life is the huge Ashoka tree, and touching the sky is the Dharma flag. Seated on right side is Labdhi Sampanna Gandhar Indrabhuti Gautam, Sudharma Swami, Chandan Bala, and other monk community. Vaimanic deities. On left side, kings, queens, men, women, goddesses, and behind are other Bhavanpati and Jyotishi deities. Resonating in the divine Samosharan is the exceptional sermon of Paramatma. In that rhythm, the one that makes us experience Paramatma is the devotional hymn sung by Sudharma Swami. Feel the presence of Paramatma within you. Feel your devotion for Paramatma. And slowly open your eyes. For the rendition of Veer Stuti, hymn in appreciation of Paramatma, and the Prakrit verses of Uttaradhyayana Sutra, follow the link in the description box. Namo Suyadevayaye. Namo Suyadevayaye. Namo Suyadevayaye. We all are blessed with a great life, sense organs, and a mind to think. Despite this, what we lack is the art of living. We don't know how to view, how to walk, how to think. Those who know how to walk can navigate any path to reach their destination, while those who don't know blame the path and the circumstances. Chapter 30, titled Charan Vihi, is an exceptional discourse on the art of living. How to live, what to leave behind, and what to accept. It also discusses what our way of life should be. We are very fortunate to have received these values from our Paramatma, and we express our sincere gratitude for the opportunity to be present here and learn these practices and values. Often people complain that they were not fortunate enough or did not get the opportunity to learn these practices and values. Gurudev says that there is not a single moment in life when we don't have opportunities. It is our lack of ability to observe and utilize these opportunities that leads us to lose out in life and face problems at every step. Let us not become like Duryodhan, who despite having a teacher like Dronacharya, a mother like Gandhari, and a grandfather like Bhishma Pitamaha, could not lead a meaningful life. Let's come out of the Duryodhan within us and learn the art of utilizing such opportunities. In the chapter titled Charan Vihi, Charan means legs. It discusses how one should walk and how one should live. Let's understand the chapter with a prayer to Paramatma, acknowledging that we have walked a lot in life but never found our destiny because we didn't know how to walk. We often complain about our circumstances or placed blame. But now, with your grace, may we find the vision to see the right path. Paramatma has given us 7 tools to guide how to walk in life. Paramatma teaches us the art of knowing when to act and when not to act, when to stop, when to leave, when to understand, when to say goodbye from a distance, and when to become alert and aware. First and second, when should one act and when should one not act? Whenever we encounter a circumstance or situation that requires us to break our promises or boundaries, We should refrain from action. If you cannot move backward, at least stop where you are and don't take a single step forward. When you sense that things are getting out of control, don't act. Conversely, if you realize that something can be done at a particular time, don't become inactive. Don't hold yourself back from doing it. For example, if you have entered Paramatma's Samosharan, then don't talk or look around apart from Paramatma. Don't make any other connections. Act in situations that lead to self-discipline and refrain from action when faced with indiscipline. Third one, when to stop. Like and dislike are the only two things that motivate all sins. They provoke sinful actions. Whenever like and dislike arise, stop them. Kaikai liked Bharat and disliked Ram. Had she not made her decision based on these feelings, she would not have lost all the fortunes of the world. Decisions should always be based on what is yogya, means what is worthy or right. We should like what is right, not just what we wish. For example, Duryodhan might have liked Shakuni and disliked Sri Krishna, but Sri Krishna was beneficial for him because he guided him toward what was right, regardless of whether Duryodhan felt good or bad about it. Always accept everything your Paramatma and your Guru tell you. Don't accept only what you like and reject what you dislike. Decisions made based on like and dislike invite chaos into life and activate sins. For instance, when eating food, don't decide what to eat based on your likes or dislikes. Eat food not because you like it, but because it is necessary for your nourishment. Fourth one, what to leave behind. There are three things that one should leave. One is punishment, pride, and deceit. Paramatma says that our own thoughts, words, and actions can become a form of punishment. A disturbed mind is a punishment in itself. The words that spoil your actions are a punishment, and actions that don't lead to solution are also punishments. Don't think, speak, or do anything that will result in punishment for yourself. Next is pride. Never feel proud of your wealth, your health, or appearance. Sanat Chakravarti was proud of his looks and suffered from an unbearable disease as a result. Gurudev says, it is a universal law of the materialistic world that the material accomplishments you are proud of will eventually become a source of sorrow. Lastly, you should leave behind the three shalya, thorns, wounds. One is deceit, misunderstanding, and the expectation of something in return for your good deeds. All of this should be removed. Fifth one, when to understand. Many times one comes across uncomfortable situations. At that time, you should neither stop them nor leave them. Understand them. For example, when Sangam Dev tortured Paramatma, he neither stopped him nor moved away. He understood the situation. Sixth one, when to bid goodbye to. What वर्जन करना, क्या वर्ज करना. There are 4 things one should ignore, observe from a distance and escape. First, when you see someone backbiting or talking unnecessarily, move away from them. Second, when there is a situation involving anger, ego, greed or deceit, distance yourself. Third, whenever there is a discussion about food, fear, sexual pleasures or accumulation, stay away. And fourth, when there is a lamentation and suffering, escape from that situation. Seventh one, when to act with alertness. The next topic is about yatna, which means to be aware and alert in every action. It involves performing each act with complete presence of mind and doing it skillfully. Being alert applies to actions, food and surroundings, and even fear. You should neither ignore it nor misunderstanding it. Instead, carefully navigate through the situation. This means to act and speak in a way that does not hurt anyone. Paramatma says that Paramadhami deities, despite having done some good, still go on to cause pain to all beings in hell. They take pleasure in inflicting pain. Often such paramadhamic feelings arise in us as well. We enjoy watching situations where pain is inflicted on others. For example, we may stop by the roadside to watch a fight or view scene of struggle. One should be alert at every moment because out of all 8 karmas, the one karma that is Ayushya karma, which determines your next destiny, binds just once. Gurudev says this karma is both the most dangerous and the most significant karma, depending on our actions. Once this karma is determined, no matter what we do, we cannot change our destiny. If in the moment of inattention, our Ayushya karma binds, then there is no way to change it. For example, Raja Shrenik's Ayushya karma for hell was determined. And after that, despite performing many good deeds, he could not change his destined path. Just think of what could happen if we were to engage in a wrong action and our Ayushya karma binds. Hence, be alert and act skillfully in every situation. Gurudev says, take this back in your life. When I will act, when I will rest, when I will stop and when leave, when I will understand, when I will distance myself, and what I will act in alertness. Now we will see chapter 31. Namo Suyadevayaye. Namo Suyadevayaye. Namo Suyadevayaye. The next chapter, title Pramatsthan, focuses on places one should avoid to prevent pramad, which means inattention, negligence or laziness. Paramatma advises that to protect oneself from these distractions, one must stay away from environments that foster them. Just as someone who wants to avoid alcohol should avoid bars, we should avoid paths that lead to undesirable outcomes. Gurudev explains that, for instance, mindless scrolling through social media or watching inappropriate content can unconsciously lead us to act in unwanted ways, as we are constantly taking in things that distract our minds. Our likes and dislikes are at the root of every wrong action we take. So how can we protect ourselves from this? Only knowledge can bring clarity. While ignorance only leads to illusion, it's a cycle. We all wish to be knowledgeable. We all want to succeed and achieve big goals. But we must ask, are we walking the right path to reach them? Unfortunately, the irony of life is the path we chose to walk on is not that which leads us to our goal. Gurudev highlights that while we may choose a goal in a moment, reaching it takes time. Paramatma Mahaveer, for example, choose the goal of becoming a Tirthankar 24 lifetimes before his final one. However, it took him 21 lifetimes to find and commit to the right path. In the life of Marichi, he set his goal upon seeing Rishabdev, but it was not until he was born as Nandan Muni, 21 lifetimes later, that he chose the path to fulfill it. But after choosing the right path, he reached his goal in 3 births. While choosing the right goal is crucial, selecting the path to reach it is equally important. So what is the path to knowledge? Paramatma explains that the path is to serve Guru and elders with devotion, to keep distance from people filled with ignorance, observe and practicing patience, to understand principles and their meanings deeply. Paramatma emphasizes that knowledge brings enlightenment and that protecting oneself from ignorance is essential to attain true knowledge. He reveals that the path requires patience in understanding. And how does one cultivate such patience? Patience. He says, begin with the food we eat. One should stop eating before the stomach feels completely full. Gurudev advises practicing Unodaritap, training ourselves to eat less. He especially advises the mother not to overfeed their children. Instead, let their stomachs remain a little empty. This simple practice is crucial for building their character and developing patience. Next, whose support should one seek? Paramatma advises us to take support from those who are masters in their field and have more knowledge than us. For example, Chhatrapati Shivaji and Bharat Chakravarti surrounded themselves with people wiser than themselves to govern their kingdoms well. One should avoid being around people who lack the ability to judge right from wrong or who lack basic common sense. A lack of common sense is seen as a gateway to trouble, even hell. An example is Kaikeyi, who lacked proper judgment and as a result asked for Ram's exile on the day he was to be crowned king. If you cannot find someone who is better than you or at least equal to you, it's better not to walk with someone who is less knowledgeable. Instead, it is wiser to walk alone, avoiding unnecessary bonds, than to be with someone who brings you down. Understanding this will protect one from inattention and laziness. Relying on wrong people will inevitably lead to a downfall. Example, Zia-ul-Haq, a former president of Pakistan, was once asked in a press conference why his popularity had fallen so sharply from its previous high. When questioned if his team was responsible for this, he replied, "The fault lies not with my team, but in my selection." Paramatma explains another cycle, that of delusion and desires. These two aspects feed each other. Delusion, moha, gives rise to desires, vasana, and desires further deepen delusion. For example, one who has no thirst does not see illusions like mirage in the desert. If Sita had not desired the golden deer, Ram could not have been sent after it. When someone is under delusion, they cannot see the truth. Delusion and desires are the root cause of karma. Misery leads to delusion, and delusion leads to more misery. If either is ended, both come to an end. Like how without an egg there is no chick, and without a chick there is no hen. Same like. Which one should be ended? Paramatma says to end misery. Those who end their miseries also end their delusions and can walk the path of eternal peace. For instance, Chandakoshik the snake, Arjun Mali and Indrabhuti Gautam found liberation by letting go of their delusions. However, Goshalak's miseries continued because he clung to his beliefs and delusions. Unlike Indrabhuti and Arjun Mali, who abandoned their false beliefs, Goshalak held on to his delusions despite taking Diksha, initiation, and learning from Paramatma. How should one end delusion and miseries? To overcome delusion and misery, Paramatma suggests first give him a tasty, delicious food. He gives the example of a bird that, despite being hit and chased away, returns to a tree with delicious fruits. Similarly, eating favorable food distracts the mind and fuels the fire of delusion that has been burning for infinite lifetimes. Everything begins with what and how much we eat. Second, Paramatma recommends practicing brahmacharya or celibacy by avoiding residence with the opposite gender. Paramatma compares this to a mouse living near a cat. Just as a mouse can never be safe near a cat, men and women are a form of danger to each other in this sense. For protection, he advises no interactions, thoughts, or praise directed at the opposite gender. The third point Paramatma emphasizes is crucial. Often we hear that our senses absorb the objects they perceive. But Paramatma says it's the opposite. The objects absorb or capture the senses. For instance, the eye first sees the form of an object. If we like what we see, attachment develops, and this attachment causes us to turn back and look or return to that object. In this way, the object gains control over our senses. Likes and dislikes for objects are the root cause of our attachment and delusion. So it's essential to control these tendencies first. Today we saw some secrets of chapter 30 and 31 as decoded by Gurudev, Uttaradhyayana Praveen Rishi Maharaj Sahib. Now, Gurudev encourages everyone to observe a 3-day fast from October 30th to November 1st in honor of Paramatma's Nirvan Mahotsav. In case of 23 Tirthankaras, it's only after they attain Nirvan that the throne of Indra, the head of all deities, shakes, prompting the deities to descend. However, for Paramatma Mahaveer, Indra and all the deities came down to the earth for 3 days in anticipation of his Nirvan. Gurudev emphasizes that it will be a disheartening to miss celebrating Paramatma's Nirvan during this time. when even the deities themselves descended to honor him. He encourages everyone to fast over these 3 days and to participate wholeheartedly in Veer Stuti chanting, which will be performed 108 times each afternoon from 3 to 4 pm. Please note, since Veer Stuti chanting is from 3 to 4 pm from 30th October and all should take part in it. We shall have our English transcript from 2 to 3 pm online from 30th October to 3 November. With this, I conclude my today's session, expressing immense gratitude at the feet of Paramatma and Gurudev, and last but not the least, all the listeners to patiently listen these sermons. If I have made any mistake, I ask for forgiveness. Thank you and have a Arham day. Mangal Path.
Arihanta Mangalam Siddha Mangalam Saho Mangalam Kevali Pannato Dhammo Mangalam Chattari Lagutamari Hanta Lagutamam Siddha Lagutamam Saho Lagutamam Kevali Pannato Dhammo Lugutama Chattari Saranam Bhavanjhami Arihante Saranam Bhavanjhami Siddhe Saranam Bhavanjhami Savo Saranam Bhavanjhami Kevali Pannatam Dhammam Saranam Bhavanjhami Arihanto ka Sharana Siddho ka Sharana Sadhu ka Sharana Dayan Dharma ka Sharana Char Mangal Charavaktam Chare Sharana Dukha Harana Sukha Karana Arna Sharana Koi Jo Bhavivrani Kare Aradhan Akshay Amar Pada Hoy Vandhavanam Saranam